Guys, don't forget to subscribe and help the channel get to 150k subs! Welcome to FANS Wethu TV. It's the Betway Premiership. Orlando Pirates 1, Orbit College 0. I'm joined by the only fan with a PhD.
Stibo Ukren Meoti. Yeah, no, it's fine. As long as we got maximum points, there's nothing that you can do or you can't quite out. In fact, I did not notice anything. I'm too happy to notice anything negative. Anyway, we're coming from another win. Kopitori.
Sure.
Coming playing another fourth final in a row. You cannot, nothing gets better than that.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't, my brother.
Yes.
But anyway, to get into this game, I think we are now progressing into playing that 4-2-3-1, occurring more advanced, more attacking, obviously.
Sure.
Talent Mbata today,
sure.
Together with Mariko. I think they wanted to give this guy Mariko. I thought of him obviously that obviously he's been introduced playing against your likes of Mamelodi Sundowns and the likes.
Yeah.
So you'd honestly want him to get used. He's not at his best, but imagine at his best what he can give you. But Talent Mbata obviously giving balance to the team, and after he was introduced, after we complained that we need our normal first 11, I think Talent Mbata came in and really cemented his position and made sure that there's a balance. In the absence of Siposi Shenduli, whom we saw substituted last game, and Mariko was introduced. But we progressed from that. At the right back, we started with Bandile Shandu.
Sure.
Again, Bandile Shandu, because the coach was very skeptical last game of Sundowns of not playing him or whether to starting with him or otherwise.
Yeah.
But they started with him after they injured Diono van Rooyen. And obviously Siema played very well together with Mbogazi. Yeah. He's becoming a seasoned player. Siema, maybe his fourth game now. And you talk about the left back, Dion Hoto, obviously. He's playing very well, but I think somehow he has overrun his race. Sometimes a player needs to get some rest and stuff. And when he did not play so, perfectly well, the new Ndaba was introduced. He played very well. A young man coming on into this game as your first game can never be easy.
Yeah.
But played very well. Did his defensive duties very well. But what a genius move from the coach to allow himself not to contradict himself, because like we said, some of us who are not really loved according to the football space, and neither do want to be loved, because we possess some rare analysis that are misunderstood, of which you don't mind even if they are misunderstood. You cannot be talented and expect everyone to agree or to understand what you say. But you talk about number 10 played as a Tito Patrick Maswanganye, and the difference between today is there was a natural right back when he played a 10. There was Shandu was there. He was not replaced with Shandu because he's a 10. The other one is a 2, like we said. And then on the right side they played with Osinapolis together. On the other wing with Sebelebele, who plays well anywhere, most on the right wing, right wing back. Right center back. We saw him. Playing those roles very well. But you talk about Orbit College. I think I'm humbled myself today to give respect to Orbit College. I think Orbit College became more stronger, even better than Sundowns when in terms of play, not in terms of branding. Remember, in terms of branding and what I thought that would beat Orbit College around 4. Or 10 or something. But I was humbled. These guys played very well. They've got the structure. They can start play from the back, and you can see every time they receive the ball, they do not panic. We were very confident, all of us here at Orlando Pirates, thinking that we're going to have it easy. We never had it easy. It needed character. This is a game that you understand that football is not played with names. Football is played in the pitch, and I think our experience really helped us towards the end of this. The end of the first half. I thought maybe the coach would panic and maybe take the likes of Tito Patrick Maswanganya out, but I understood that Tito covers a lot of grounds in terms of movement, in terms of off the ball, and giving options to players that are having the ball. Because remember, when you're having the ball, you need a player without the ball that will also create space for you to play. But like we're overemphasizing, it takes a lifetime apparently for those that are smart to even get this. But you talk about Mabasa. Mabasa, for me, I'd like to blame the wingers and the midfielders of Orlando Pirates to say you're not playing Mabasa according to his strength. He needs to be inside the box. He knows that and is very good with that. But without supply, and he cannot supply himself. I mean, you need wingers. And we've got those wingers, we've got midfielders who should play Mabasa. That's why we call him a sniper. A sniper is not always working. He comes once, twice a year to snipe and to shoot once. But when you want him to overwork and overdoes, we cannot be having 5 midfielders or so, attacking midfielders about 3, but Mabasa is not getting supply. If he's getting supply and not scoring, yes, we can blame the player. That's why sometimes even with the fans, they become impatient because now they are asking a fish not to swim, because a fish does best when they are inside the water. That's what Mabasa is. Mabasa is a box striker, is a natural number 9, someone who's very good in positioning himself into getting that final goal or that final kick. But unfortunately, I was a bit disturbed even when there was some misunderstanding between him and the fans, of which I understand somehow, but I think we blamed him unfairly. By the time that he was taken out, Pirates really started pushing and playing very well in terms of, playing until the last third. We were moving very quickly with Shandu giving us, with the wing back, but pushing, playing with Subelebele. I think they're very pacey, both of them. And Shandu, for me, is just a reflection of saying, when he was coming from an injury, by the way, in the past, and people were getting impatient, or fans were getting impatient, but now he's gained confidence. He can run with the ball, protect the ball very well, and he gives us edge going forward. But again, when Ndaba was introduced, I was very happy. I think for me, Dion Hoto has played many games. He's not a bad player, a very good player, take nothing away. But sometimes you need a replacement. This is a big team. We need also a left back that would come in. And Daba played very well. He can defend. He can also go very well. But I think for me, a player that the world of football is yet to talk about is Moremi. Moremi is in a class of his own. You talk about how he receives the ball, how he's able to dribble himself. And he's dribbling while going forward. The boy can be very deadly and remember, he did not play much on the left where he can cut with his left. I think Moremi is going to shock the world. Like Esibilibili now that we're crying about, I spoke about him. I want to personalize this. Yes, I spoke about him when people were saying Sipombuli and also Napolis were the best signings. I said, there's a player that you need to look up, and that's Sibelebele. But even now, I said even before, Moremi is going to be very deadly. Very deadly. Even when he was being booed last, I was just watching and say, these ones are very slow. Moremi is going to be he's a player for days. You will see people will talk about Moremi more than the rest. I'm telling you, Nas. And by the way, because I'm always in fear of my PhD being revoked, obviously, I'll never put it into distribute. If I say it, I'm going to say it. It's going to happen that way. He's going to be the player for days, and that will make Orlando Pirates fans to really fall in love with. Together with Sibilibele, obviously he has made us fall in love with him already. And I like how the coach now is taking his job seriously and have listened, to everyone, his assistant, technical team, his fans, because this is what sometimes we do wrong. When our team is not doing well, we go like, they are not doing anything. But when they do right, you are not saying, no, we can see that Coach Mandla is advising the coach. Yeah. You don't say that, but you only say it when it's on the other side. Yeah. But now I think our coach has now really understood the assignment of putting the actual squad, and is doing that even in games that I thought he would play those that are in the bench, but he showed that he really wants to grind results. And by the way, if we didn't know, we are just a point away from those that we don't ordain in Maraba start. Yeah. And tomorrow they are playing together with Kaizer Chiefs there. I don't know what to support. If it was up to me, I would support the grass or the poles or whatever that comes there.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just that if God had some magic or He could do something, I would say I wish that game would come out as both teams have lost. I would wish a loss. If it was possible in football, I would wish a loss. But any pain, I'll be supporting pain. Whichever way it goes, it is good for me. So I think we're going to enjoy football. Even though both teams, by the way, and I know that a lot of people are anticipating that a game of tomorrow is going to be nicer than yet today. Unfortunately, both two teams are left with good names, but football has left them. Both teams. Unless yes, no, it's just the brand. The brand. Kaizer Chiefs is a very big brand. Sundowns is a big brand. But Bolo Hayo. I mean, you cannot rely on an individual being Mamelodi Sundowns. Ribeiro on an individual. Mudau. I mean, you bring in Mdunyelwa, comes in very well, quality player. He even wins man of the match. Why do you have to cry for certain people? I don't want to enter into their politics on stuff. You've got quality for days. You've got Mabena. You've got this boy. Everyone, Matthews, everyone, but you still want to cry for someone who left. It means now the coach of the season, we gave him a coach of the season by mistakes. It clearly shows that this guy cannot bring the best out of good players. Yes, honestly, he's been exposed. I mean, if Jose Rivero could come with normal players that would come from the DDC and make them shine, this is what we're talking about. Think carefully before you grant these people the coaches of the season. Clearly, he's not the coach of the season. Wahlulea. If Sundowns has got quality, Chief, he's got quality. You can take out 5 to 6 players out there. You can take Mshishi out. You can take Libusa out. They still have even in their centre back in your Mtobi Vala. Agwebuli, one of the best, if not the best centre backs in the country. He's seated on the bench. I just want to tell you what kind of a quality does Sundowns have. There's no excuse whatsoever in this world that would make sense that Sundowns does not have depth for anything. Sundowns have got depth for everything. And if you're not doing it, you're clearly a plumber. And it's clearly a plumber. But I do not encourage what the fans, even that of Orlando Pirates, I was not encouraging. Unfortunately, the difference between that of Orlando Pirates and Sundowns, that of Orlando Pirates said they will do that, but they did not do it. These ones, they shook out by surprise. They did not say it, but they did it. You understand? They are more in practice. They must know. And I'm sending a very, this is our league. If they want to fight the coach, they must go and fight their coach wherever. It is embarrassing to our league that we would have fans who wants to fight the best coach that has taken Mamelodi Sundowns to the Club World Cup and won their hearts and the livers. The very same coach that was playing in the CAF Champions League. It took them almost a decade, if not over a decade, to play the CAF Champions League. Rulani Mukwena wanted 4 years or more, but this guy came in, and I'm coming to his defense. He came in first season, he wins the league. He also goes on to play the CAF Champions League. Who does that? But you still have the audacity of some slow thinkers who are coming and say they want to beat the very same coach. It takes a lifetime to find a coach that will go and play in the final of the CAF Champions League. Doesn't happen every day. Think carefully. Let me tell you, Sundowns is not happy. Sundowns is not happy because they lost. It's not because that's not the problem. They are not. They are angry because they lost to Pirates. Yes, and they don't want to make peace with that. Pirates is a big team. Marshall. He's very hurt. You know what he said in his status? Very much, Marshall. What Willering? He said MTN does not love us. How can you say they allowed you to play the tournament? How must they love you? They must say you won while you did not win. No, MTN did not. So if Sundowns are saying MTN does not love us, what must Chiefs say? Because Chiefs was not there. No, MTN loves you because they allowed you to come here, and then they allowed you to go there, and we made you cry. Accept and say, Pirates makes it difficult for us to play in cups. Even Sundowns, they do well in the league.
Yeah.
And we accept it.
Yeah.
If they must know, if they want to donor our coach Cardoso, we will donor them together. Pirates and Chiefs will donor Sundowns fans if they want to donor our coach. It will never happen in our era. If they are used to donoring coaches, they will go and donor them in their training session. Not they in FAB. The biggest stadium in Africa, the Calabash, the one that hosted the only and first World Cup in Africa. You want to come to Senior Stadium? It will never happen, especially 57.
Long.
One of those.